What's going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and today is a big day because it's the first time that virtual reality comes to console. The PSVR is here, and we are going to open up the launch bundle together. This thing just released a few minutes ago. It was really cool. Normally they do midnight launches, but I'm out here in California, so it's a 9 p.m. launch to make sure you got it at the same time as the people out on the East Coast. So I felt very included, which is very, very nice of them. But we're going to open it up, check it out, test it out, and then I'll be playing a bunch of the games. Batman, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, Here They Lie, Super Hypercube, maybe some 100-foot robot golf. We'll give it all the looks and tests that it needs. Anyhow, I'm very excited for this. I've played it a number of times. I think it's the most comfortable headset. I've got the Vive, I've got the Oculus Rift, and I like both of them. And obviously the Vive with the room scale VR is on a different level, and those things cost, you know, a ton of money. This right here is a $400 VR kit for your $300 PlayStation 4. So it's a lot cheaper than PC plus HTC Vive or Oculus Rift. It doesn't have the same graphics, it doesn't have the same fidelity, it doesn't have the same room scale, but it can be very fun. So we'll check it out now that I have it at home, see how it works, see what it's like, and we will dive in. So there's a whole lot of boxes here, and the first one is this. There's this giant, this is the VR itself. So this is there's two boxes, a PlayStation box and a PlayStation box, and we'll get rid of the packing there. In here, let's see, the smaller box houses PlayStation VR Worlds, which is sort of the demo disc, the game that you get. I guess not really a demo, it's more of like a mini-game collection. So there's the London Heist, Scavenger's Odyssey, Ocean Descent, VR Luge, and Danger Ball. 5 adventures filled with excitement, danger, competition, and discovery. 5 breathtaking experiences. So you get that. Now here is the demo disc I was telling you about. And the demo disc has E-Valkyrie, Drive Club VR, Riggs Mechanized Combat League, Wayward Sky, Headmaster, Battlezone, Until Dawn Rush of Blood, VR Worlds, which is this, and Tumble VR. So the demo disc normally comes, I think, with the regular set, but because this is the bundle, it comes with the VR Worlds as well, so you get both, 2 games in there to start off. And I was glad to see stuff like Batman VR is only 20 bucks. Great price to initially put those things out at. So being the launch bundle, it comes with the Move controllers. Welcome back, PlayStation Move. Haven't seen you in about 6 years. I got these when they came out initially for PlayStation 3 and had some fun with them, but it was like very short-lived. I played the sports game, like there was like an archery and it was like an Olympics type thing. A few other things, not much else, but there is one Move controller. And down here is the second. And I think my moves are dead because they've been in the basement of my house in Indiana for years. So here are my 2 moves. I can be a freaking, not one of the creepy clowns that's attacking everywhere, but a happy clown with 2 balls of fun. That's not weird at all. Okay. We also have the PlayStation Eye camera, which is upgraded significantly, at least in form factor, from the Eye as I remember it back in the PS3 days. Now it is more of a tubular type device right here. So you got this camera, you can see the 2 cams on there, and it kind of looks like it's a Lincoln Log of the future, and it's got a very nice long cord that will USB in. Now, something you may not know, we'll get to that in a second, is that the PSVR has a breakout box. And we'll check that out. It's probably in the bigger box. Lots of boxes. This is, I'm guessing, oh, this is like a TV clip holder for the camera. So the camera goes in like so, and now your camera can sit and chill on the TV, and you can be all fancy and ready to go. Nice. Okay, it also comes with a very epic. Oh, this is the best part of the package right here. This is the piece de resistance right here. It is, if I can get it open, it's so amazing, it doesn't even want to come out. It is a cloth to wipe your PlayStation VR visor, labeled PlayStation VR. Look at that. It is freaking labeled PlayStation VR right there. A nice cloth. It's so soft. Freaking puts babies to sleep and cures rabbits. I also have a micro USB and a mini USB. No, 2 mini USBs. Are these? I'm guessing these are for the PlayStation Moves. Yeah, because PlayStation Moves still looks like it runs off of regular old mini USB because it is an ancient device. So that's that, and that's basically what the launch bundle gets you extra. For $500, you get the camera, the 2 moves, and the extra PSVR Worlds game. So it's a good deal. If you're gonna buy all this stuff, if you already have the camera and you already have the moves, they'll work. But if you need to buy it anyways, like I do, then it just makes sense to get the bundle because it saves you money. Alright, so we'll take off this and dive into the actual headset here, which is the main attraction. So it opens up like a magic treasure chest. Da, 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 da. In fact, it's a box inside of a box. All sorts of box. Oh no, it's like, it's all in here together. It's like the boxes are stuck to each other. It's a magic freaking box. There's even like a little pull tab. You see this in here? Yeah. Can you see it? There's like a pull tab. I don't even know what that's really for, but okay. Alright, so here is our PlayStation VR big booklet. Freaking, I wish it was a picture book. It's not. It is probably a giant setup guide. Yeah, what's in the box, how to set up, and how to do that and connect it in all sorts of languages. We don't need that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Alright, in here, we've got all of our cords and components. Where is the headset? That's the real question. Okay, power cord. So it has its own power cord for the breakout box. There is this box. Oh, this must be the breakout. Let's see. This is something I've been very curious to see because I didn't know what it was going to be like. Mini or micro USB, a pair of headphones that are kind of junky, and the look at this. PlayStation 4 don't have a power brick. PlayStation VR has a power brick, and PlayStation VR has a big old breakout box. So this is the breakout box that you're going to have to connect to put your PSVR through. Exactly all that is going on with this, I'm not 100% sure. But at some level, it is supporting the PSVR to not destroy your PlayStation. So on the front, you've got ports right there. They're in there, if you can see those. It is an HDMI and a USB. It looks, an HDMI and like a weird port. And then on the back, you've got HDMI TV, HDMI PS4. This like slides. Oh, it slides. Okay. So you can like slide it there if you need to use the front, and then slide it there to connect the back, which is kind of nice. And then it also has a micro USB and a power cord on the back. So this is the breakout box. And by the way, this is just a sticker. So once this comes off, oh, there still is the PlayStation logo. That's nice. I don't even see. Whoa, it's like a freaking magic trick. It's sliding all around PlayStation there. You can see the ports in the back, and then the proprietary or whatever weird port that is in the HDMI on the front. Yeah, so that was something I wasn't expecting until just recently when I heard there was a breakout box, but we shall see. So that's all going to go there. Now let's dig into the headset itself. There are more cords for the headset HDMI, and then I'm guessing this is the big bad one that connects to the actual headset. But let's dive into the device itself, the PlayStation VR, the real gem of this whole dig here as we try to discover what this is. This is the piece that we need most of all. So here it is, and like I said, I think this is the most comfy headset. It's got the greatest and easiest adjustments, and I think it's super comfortable. It felt super comfortable at EA3, it felt super comfortable at PSX, it felt super comfortable every time I've tried it. So here you have it. It's very padded, very nice. The front is plastic. It does feel a little flimsy in comparison to like the HTC Vive, but again, the padding I feel is like second to none. So if we get in here, there's a really nice cushy back bar here that makes any pair of headphones really sad because it's better than headphones. And then you even have front padding. I'm trying to find a way to get, you can see there. You have a bunch of front padding up here for your forehead. You got sort of a weird soft rubber here by the sides of your eyeballs. And then some really nice mechanisms because this thing there's a button here that can move it. And then you've got these tightening little knobs here that allow you to tighten it over your head and whatnot. So let's put this on to see what it's like. I'm going to take a little film off of the eyes. Oh, I feel like I'm doing some freaking surgery here. And does the nose piece come off? No, it doesn't. Probably shouldn't mess with that. Okay, so crazy hair, and away we go. So you can slide this. So there's a lot of adjustments can be made. It's very, very ergonomic because it can fit just about any way. So you can slide and adjust. This helps you adjust the positioning of the screen to your eyes so it gets the best coverage. Now, it doesn't have, the PSVR does not have the best coverage of the outside world, so you will have a little bit of a gap. At least I do, and I don't with the Vive. But there's a little bit of a gap here. But this is a nice slide here, and then you can tighten as you need to. So we're going to open this up here. Let's see, yeah, you can pull this back. Now you can see with this button, you got a lot of give here, so you can pull this to get it over your head. So we'll put it over our head like so. Well, I should probably open it up a lot. There, yeah, we can get way up, open, and then it is on. Now, I can tighten it I'm going to try to show you guys. This will tighten. You just twist it basically in a few clicks and you're in. And then there's a button down here that allows you to adjust the positioning of your eyes. So I've got it pretty darn close, and I can see a little gap underneath my nose right here. I can see a little bit of the outside world here. But if there's a game on, most of my focus would be going here. Now, I will tell you that it feels incredibly comfortable back here, incredibly comfortable with my forehead. I don't remember this rubber being this way in the earlier units I tried out. I could be crazy, but this rubber feels a little weird. I wish it was just a foam instead of a rubber, but it's like a glove material type rubber, a little bit thicker, and it feels a little weird on my face right now, but all in all, it's a good set. It's not that heavy. I don't think it's going to cause anybody like headaches from you know, heft or anything. I have heard some early rumors that people were getting headaches from certain games, but of course it all depends on the games you're playing. But for the most part, it's super great. And then when you want to get out of it, you just click the button on the bottom here. You can pull the visor out. You click the button on the back of the headset, and then it slides right off. And it's super, super easy. And you can adjust it then for anybody, whoever you need it. And really, that's one of my favorite parts about this headset is how nicely they've designed the mechanisms to adjust it. It's very simple to adjust. Again, big button on the back that allows you to sort of pull, and there's tension here, so it's not going to just slide willy-nilly. It wants to be tight, so it wants to be in tight on your head like it should be. So you really have to pull it back here, and you've got these, you can see there's these bands in here that stretch, and they're rubber bands that are pretty tight, so that's nice. And then again, with this button down in the bottom of the unit here, you can slide in the mask itself, and all in all, that looks pretty good. There's little circle, square, triangle, X up here, if you can see. Really get up close, you can see the little PlayStation markings there, and then you've got the PlayStation marking. We'll take off the little protective film here. Oh, come on, come on. And yeah, then you've got the nice PlayStation logo there. And I'm going to get it all connected and set up so you can see what the setup looks like and see what it looks like, you know, connected to the PlayStation 4 and all of that. It's a pretty intensive unboxing here just because there's so much to go through, and then a longer setup than I'll just plug in and play. And it will be plug in and play once you get it set up. But initially it will take a little bit of time, so I'm going to do that now and then show you guys the complete setup. But that is the VR headset. I think it looks really, really nice. It feels pretty darn good, and I'm hoping that the games live up to the cost of this thing, because that's the big dilemma for people. Is what's available now worth the price tag, or are you better off waiting to see if this really takes off or really dies down? And that's something I can't tell you. We're going to have to wait and see. But I will know about the launch games, and you can check out those videos. Right now, though, I'm going to go set this up and see what that's like. Okay, excuse the mess. I'm sorry that things aren't perfect here, but I just want to get this set up as quickly as possible. I'm kind of in the transition of making my setup all pretty. So here's the PS4 Slim, you can see, and here is the breakout box. I'm going to go through all the wires because it's a little bit more wire heavy than even I thought. It was easy to set up, but there are a lot of cords here. So we'll start simple and then work our way up. So the breakout box is here. You then have a power cord that connects in the back here and runs to a power brick here that runs to the plug. You then have an HDMI in the back here, the blue one, that is going to the TV. You then have an HDMI in the back here, the black one, that's going to the PS4 Slim. You also have a micro USB right here that is running and going into the PS4 Slim here. So there are a lot of cords happening just to get that breakout box synced up with your PS4 and with your TV. Now, from there, we move to the front. Now, the front has a light, so you know when it's active and on. It does have its own power source, and this slide mechanism that we saw earlier can slide to help you insert the cords in the back or the front. The front cords are used to connect directly to the VR headset itself. So that runs all the way here through a very long cord, and then gets you to this thing here, which is a connector. It makes me think of the old PlayStation 1 controllers and memory cards. But this connector then has the same ports you see on the front of the breakout box on this connector here that then take you all the way back to the VR headset itself. So you got the lights on the side here, which is very nice, and then the headset is in here. You're not going to be able to see anything that way. Nothing else lights up. The front may light up during some games. I'm not even entirely sure. But basically you got the lights on the back, and then it forces you to download a VR update and then has you go right here to start calibrating. Let's begin setting up your PlayStation VR. So go through calibration. I'll go through that and then get some of the games going so I can get gameplay up of that for you. But there's a lot of wires here. Obviously, all the headsets are wired at this point, but that breakout box does add a lot of wireage to it. Now, obviously, if you have a PC and you're using the Vive or the Rift, there's already tons of wires to your PC. But for a PS4, you know, I've got my controller connected here. Normally, that's the only cable I have coming out of it, besides the HDMI, obviously, the Ethernet, and the power cord. But now we've added the breakout box with the extra HDMI from the PS4 to the breakout box, the extra power cord with the power brick for the breakout box, the extra micro USB from the breakout box to the PlayStation 4, and then the extra cord coming from the breakout box to the headset down below. So that's a lot of extra stuff going on here. I mean, at the end of the day, once it's set up, not that big of a deal, but it is a lot of cords, and it is a lot of connectors to get this thing going. But once you're there, it's simple to maintain, and then I think you'll be pretty pleased with the VR, even if the graphics and the fidelity is not as impressive as the Rift or the Vive, because trust me, I've played all three and it is not as impressive at all. It's pretty noticeable that the PSVR has worse graphics, and obviously, you know, it makes sense. It's not running anywhere near as powerful as a system as a PC that can handle and, you know, excel with the Vive or the Rift would, you know, be in terms of horsepower. But they're not like terrible. They're still good. And if it's your first time with VR, or you can get past a little bit of you know, jankiness graphically, it's a really cool experience. Well, there you have it, guys and girls. That's PlayStation VR. It looks good. It feels good. It's pretty darn comfortable. All in all, from an unboxing and a, you know, comfortability and just a look and appeal standpoint, I think it's very, very cool. Now, the price tag is pretty high, and with the way VR is going with the Vive and the Rift, is it really worth your investment? That's super hard to give you an answer. It's going to be different for everyone. One, you got to look at the launch lineup of games. Does stuff like Batman VR, Until Dawn Rush of Blood, Super Hypercube, Res VR, does that really excite you? Do you not have the ability to play VR on your PC? Do you not want to upgrade your PC or spend, you know, the $700-800 on the Vive or the $600 on the Rift? This right now is the cheapest way to enter the virtual reality scene. That scene may not last very long. I don't know. You know, I don't know numbers on Vive or on Rift. We won't know numbers on PSVR for a while, but that's going to really determine how long and how big and bold the games that developers make, you know, for this, how big they are and how long they're developing for it, how well it sells. But again, for the cheapest way to enter a really nice VR ecosystem, and one that's being pushed heavily by Sony, especially with the launch of PlayStation Pro, they're really kind of trying to go future now. I think it is a very good set. Again, for yourself though, you gotta weigh, is my, you know, PlayStation 4 plus a $400 headset plus you know, the $100 for the extra bundle to get the moves and the camera, is that $500 worth it? If you already have a PS4, then it's $500 to enter VR. The way I like to think about it is, you know, you could buy about 8 games with that. And are there 8 great games for PS4 that you would rather have than the PSVR? And if you don't have a PS4, then you're looking at $800 just to enter. You know, you gotta weigh it for yourself. I'm thinking, okay, there's Titanfall 2, there's Mafia 3, there's Watch Dogs 2, there's Battlefield 1, there's Call of Duty, there's NBA, there's, you know, coming out soon, there's For Honor, there's Mass Effect. There's a lot of really great games, and maybe that's more fun than this VR. But on the other hand, you're entering the future. You're going for the latest and greatest that video gaming can offer, the most forward-thinking, forward-looking thing that exists in gaming right now. Like, PSVR is more out there than PlayStation 4 Pro. That's just gonna up the graphics and up the frame rate and the fidelity a little bit. This is actually giving you a brand new experience. Now, that experience obviously isn't for everyone, and the games are in no way comparable to those I listed just a little bit ago, but you kind of have to make that decision for yourself. If it was up to me personally, I don't know. It's hard because I already have the PC VR headsets, so I would probably go with the games. But if I didn't have any VR, I would be really intrigued to test this out. If it comes down to it though, you gotta look at what games you want, and if there are enough things on PSVR that will be fun for you to play, or if you'd rather invest that money into the regular PlayStation 4 or Xbox One or PC, ecosystem of normal games and get you a bunch of those for the cost of this thing. So I think it is sort of, you know, up to the individual buyer, up to the individual consumer, but for the people that do want it, it's good, it's comfortable. The games I've played are really fun, and I'll be playing a lot more of them. You can check those videos out for yourself if you want to learn more. It's pretty easy to set up. It works good. You don't need a ton of space. The breakout box is kind of annoying, but all in all, it is such a individual, person-by-person type decision. It's hard for me to give like a 100% recommendation. If you're into it, I think it's really good. If you're not into it, I could easily see you going the game route or saving your money for something else down the line. But as of right now, PSVR is the cheapest and only way to do VR on a console if you don't have a super PC. So I give it a big thumbs up from that standpoint, with a thumbs sideways because you may not want it at all, and it may not be for you, and it may not last that long. But that's basically my review, my unboxing. Hope you had fun today. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Let me know what you want to see from PSVR and your thoughts on PSVR. Are you picking one up? Have you been able to find them in stores? Are they really as sold out as they said? I don't know. I got mine right at midnight, luckily. But let me know your experience, your thoughts, your plans, and we'll be back with more VR content soon. Until that time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. I love you. Drink some hot chocolate. I will don the headset of the future, now of the present, and begin my life as a robot underling, following my masters through the city of Los Angeles. For now, everyone, before I ascend into electronic ecstasy, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate, and we will see you all later.